How do you make your woman relax and trust you more?
Same answer as the parenting advice.
Communicate, calm, cool, collected. Take responsibility for everything. If you screw up, like everybody screws up. I screw up. Even doing the consciousness exercises as often as I do, there's still days where I just feel like I'm a little bit charged. And women are so much more emotionally intelligent than men are. Ashley feels it. She already knows when I'm a little bit charged about something.
Mm-hmm.
So the quicker I take responsibility for it, the more she learns to trust me. Basically, the more I communicate that I'm emotionally intelligent and I'm emotionally aware, would you say that's a good way to describe it? The more she trusts me.
Yeah, and the more you are present, really. Because I can tell when you're actually being present with me and when you're not.
Unfortunately.
Presence is very nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes a huge difference. And
so it is the same as with kids.
Yeah.
Kids are more emotionally intelligent. Women are more emotionally intelligent. So it's the same. Just communicate.
How to interact with humans is basically, that's the answer to how to interact with humans.
And would you say for a man, if he's charged about something or pissed about something, if he takes responsibility for that immediately, is that a weakness or would you say that's a strength?
It's a strength.
So if you're pissed, just say, hey, babe, I'm pissed right now. It has nothing to do with you. This is where I'm at. Some other stuff. So if I say something charged, know that I love and appreciate you. It has nothing to do with you. And not to say that that's a pass, but at least the person's taking responsibility for it. And that's a step in the right direction and maybe even more likely to build trust as compared to not taking responsibility for that. And Ashley would know that I'm emotionally charged anyway. So at that point, I would be losing that trust. So yeah, take responsibility for where you're at and communicate where you're at.
Yeah, we all project what's inside, including our moods. If we're in a bad mood, we project it onto other people.
Mm-hmm.
And so many of the times we saved it for our loved ones and our family, as compared to the jerk that cut us off in traffic or whatever it was, or the deal that didn't go through. So we're a little disappointed.
Or something from childhood.
Or like the asshole that we encountered on the way into my building after lunch who had these two big dogs that were pissing and shitting in the sidewalk where everybody walks.
Oh, it was a big dog in a big pile right in front of the building.
There's an old dog, too.
Yeah.
We live in this expensive building, and this guy brings his big-ass dogs that stink. And he just lets them piss all over the sidewalk where everybody that lives here walks with their kids and their family, and so there's big puddles of piss. Dog takes a dump on the pavers. He picks up the poop, but there's piss everywhere. It's like, I don't want to walk through it. I mean, it's like, take the damn thing over to the grass or somewhere. It's
yeah. We're here in the city. There aren't even grassy areas.
Yeah, there's plenty of shrubs and trees and stuff he can do that with. And he just, wherever the dog wants to piss and shit, he just lets him. That's irritating to me. I want to go over there and choke him.
So there's that.
I was a little charged about that.
Yeah, but Corey's communicating it, and he's taking responsibility for the fact that he has that charge, maybe. There you go.
I personally wouldn't do that. I respect myself and my neighbors, and I'm not going to, just whip my dick out and piss in front of everybody or something.
Yeah, we're not in India.
Yeah.
So yeah, as far as how to make your woman relaxed, take responsibility for what you feel. Communicate. Be cool when you communicate. And if you're not cool, you're emotionally charged. Dog took a dump in front of your front door. Maybe go in the house and rage. I do that every day, almost daily. I'd say probably 5 or 6 days a week I rage. Ashley loves it.
Or take a BB gun out there and shoot the dog in the ass as you're about to take a dump.
Violence is not the answer.
It actually does work. I just remembered we were thinking, because when we were growing up, people would walk their dogs and they would just let the dog take a giant dump in your yard and they would just leave it there. And so what we started doing was we spread like red pepper around those areas. Mm-hmm. And the dog would be sniffing and then it would not poop or piss in our yard anymore. I mean, it worked. Or we'd throw it on the garbage because dogs would get into the garbage at night. And so you wake up in the morning and the garbage would be all over the front yard and the street and everything. We throw some red pepper on it.
Put some cayenne around it.
Yeah, I think it was cayenne pepper.
That'll work.
And they didn't mess with it anymore.
It's spicy.
People say, well, that's not nice to the dog. But it's like, well, I don't want my garbage torn into, and I don't want the dog taking a dump in my yard because I got to clean that up.
Yeah. You know what? Another thing I would say to how to make your woman relaxed is not only take responsibility for your emotions when you don't feel that you're centered as a man, but also, as I had mentioned, the raging, suppressing that anger or that emotion, whatever it is not a viable solution. So in other
Feel
words,
it to heal it. So when you say raging, what does that mean? Because most people are like, what the hell is he talking about?
well, I thought that if I'm pissed about something, if I can just contain it, hold it back, that would build trust. But all it does is make Ashley think that I'm a jack in the box. And what I mean by a jack in the box is, you turn it and it makes the music, right? And then da-dun, 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 and all of a sudden, boom, it just blows up. You can't hold that in. And women are so emotionally intelligent. They know that you're all fired up. They can see your eyes get a little bigger, your face is a little redder, and you think, oh no, I'm going to hold it back. I'm cool. I can contain it. You can't contain it because she knows that you're about to blow a gasket. So what I do is I go in the room and I just rage. I just rage, put my chin into my chest a little bit, head forward, get into that posture, and I just go as hard and as loud as I can.
I feel like you should demonstrate.
Don't blow the mic out.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
blow.
we
Move the mic to the side. But
maybe
I
we'll put
always
in a
feel
plug.
like
We'll have Chunky put in a plug with me raging. Like it was at the top right. Look, there's Dominick raging right now.
What does
I
it
feel
look
like
like?
it's
Give us a
helpful.
demonstration because you can always edit the sound and post, right?
it's helpful to see
But you don't have
rage,
to
though.
scream fully at the top of your lungs.
So what you're doing is you're giving a voice to what you're feeling. You're expressing what you're feeling because think of it as our biology, right? Our bodies know what to do. If we eat bad food, we get nausea, we get diarrhea, we get the sweats. If our bodies are there's so much wisdom there, but but we're so socialized. You can't moan, you can't groan, you can't give a sound to what you feel, you can't burp, you can't fart, you can't do anything. We're so socialized that it's like all these natural strategies that our body uses to move energy, we contain and we don't allow it to move. So what ends up happening are people are so bottled up and these natural systems that our body has of recovering from stresses, which are part of life, we don't do any of them. So what happens? Well, we had an argument at work at 3:00, 6:00, we're home with the kids, but we're still like a jack in the box. We feel like we want to explode and we're trying to hold it in. Don't hold it in. Give it a voice, but do it in a constructive way. So violence just for violence is not constructive. So I'm not saying be violent. Well, what I'm saying is go in the room, put a pillow over your face if that's what you need to, and just give like a primitive man yell as hard and as loud as you can. And what you're doing is you're giving your body a means of recovering from that trauma.
Yeah, what I've often talked about in videos over the years, and I wrote about in Mastering Yourself, is I tell people it's on phone session. You feel like shit, and say you got people around you, put a pillow over your face and scream into it, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling. Because when you feel it, you heal it. It moves, the energy moves to your nervous system instead of getting stuck. And then obviously that creates all kinds of problems chiropractically.
Yeah, man. The tension shows up in your muscles. The more you internalize and store, the tighter the muscles get. So the more you give it a voice, the more you're giving your body an opportunity to recover. And it is amazing. I go in the room and I rage for 30 seconds to a minute. When I come out, I feel lighter. I feel like whatever it was, like that weight on my shoulders, I just let go. So now when I'm with the kids, they don't set me off as easy. And I'm being a better dad. I'm communicating better to them. I'm modeling more of what I want them to emulate. And I'm more patient, not only with the kids, but with Ashley. So I rage every day. Maybe some people don't need to rage as much as I do, but I find it constructive to rage every day. And if you need to do it more often, then do it more often, whatever it is. But what you'll find is it's like you're not in that bondage. You're not bottled up. So you can handle more and you show up better. So for me, it works, man. And I encourage every man listening to this to give it a try. And shockingly, it actually builds trust with my woman. Ashley trusts me more when I rage because she knows that I'm aware that I'm jacked up, that I'm aware of how I'm showing up, and I'm giving it a voice. So she's learning to trust me that when I'm bottled up, I'll go and give myself a means of releasing that so that I could show up and be a better husband and be a better father. Would you agree with that? That it actually builds trust? Every time I go in the room and I just say, you know what, now's at a good time. Daddy needs to go rage. I'll be back in a minute.
Yep.